Hello and welcome. Today, we're diving into formal English for the workplace. We're going to cover 3 essential business idioms that'll really help you communicate more effectively and, sound more like a native speaker in just about any professional setting.
So, here's our game plan. First, we'll quickly touch on why idioms are so important in the first place. Then, we're going to break down 3 key idioms, one by one for starting projects, another for reaching agreements, and a third for making contact. And to wrap things up, we'll do a quick review to make sure you can put all this into practice.
All right, so let's jump right in. If you're really ready to take your business English to that next level, well, you're in the right place. Understanding how and when to use idioms is an absolutely crucial step toward fluency.
So what exactly is an idiom? Well, think about the phrase, break a leg. It doesn't mean to literally go break your leg, right? It means good luck. Idioms are just like that. They're phrases where the words themselves don't really match the actual meaning. And using them correctly, it just shows a much deeper, more natural understanding of the language.
First up, let's talk about getting a project started. This first idiom is just perfect for getting things off the ground and building that momentum right from the get-go.
So, the phrase is to get the ball rolling. It's pretty straightforward. It just means to start a project or a process. You can almost picture it, right? Giving a ball that first little push to get it moving down a hill, that's the whole idea here. And here's how you'd use it. Saying, let's get the ball rolling, just feels so much more dynamic and collaborative than just saying, let's start. It kind of invites teamwork and creates this really positive energy right from the very beginning.
All right, let's move on to our second idiom. This one is just critical for clear communication and for making sure everyone on your team is aligned.
And here it is, to be on the same page. This is all about making sure that everyone involved in a project shares the same information, the same goals. Honestly, it's such a powerful tool for stopping confusion before it can even start.
The key word here is really confirmation. You use this phrase in those really important moments, like right before you sign a contract, just to double-check that everyone agrees on all the details. It's a really professional and clear way to make sure there's total alignment.
And that brings us to our third and final idiom for today. This one is an absolute staple of modern business communication. It's all about those quick and efficient check-ins.
The idiom is to touch base. Now, the most important word here is briefly. This isn't about setting up some long formal meeting, not at all. It's about making a quick, often informal contact, just to share an update or see how things are going.
This example here shows a really professional and efficient way to use it. It lets the other person know you're going to follow up, but it does it without putting a lot of pressure on them. It's just a respectful way to stay in the loop and keep your projects on track.
Okay, great job. We've just broken down 3 really common and super useful idioms. Now let's do a quick review to help all of this information stick.
So, let's recap real quick. To get the ball rolling means to start a process. To be on the same page is all about having the same understanding. And to touch base means to make brief contact. Simple as that.
Now it's your turn. This is where the real learning happens, right? When you actually use the new information. So first, try to write 1 sentence for each idiom that connects to your own work. Then, and this part's important, practice saying those sentences out loud. It really helps build both your confidence and your muscle memory.
And that just about does it for us today. So I'll leave you with one final question to think about. As you go through your professional week, which one of these powerful idioms are you going to use first? Because putting them into practice, that's the real key to making them a natural part of your vocabulary.